We're here to talk about software, the revolution for automation and robotics.
People need solutions now using robotics and automation in a way they didn't pre-COVID.
Google has a $10 billion AI lab no one's talking about. It's not DeepMind, it's not public, and it's not on the front page. This lab is building the next era of machine intelligence behind closed doors, quietly reshaping robotics, automation, and control. Its name is Intrinsic. While headlines focus on ChatGPT and DeepMind, another AI revolution is unfolding in silence. Tucked away inside Alphabet's secretive Moonshot division, Intrinsic is developing powerful tools that could redefine how machines learn, move, and interact with the physical world. With access to billions in funding and partnerships with industry giants like NVIDIA and Siemens, Intrinsic isn't just building smart software, it's building the future of automation. But for years, it stayed hidden in the shadows, until now. This is the story they never wanted out in the open. Stay with us as we dive inside Google's secret $10 billion AI lab and expose the hidden engine driving the future of robotics. In July 2021, deep inside Alphabet's secretive Moonshot factory known as X, a quiet but powerful new initiative emerged. Intrinsic, an AI-driven spin-off built to transform the world of industrial robotics. No media hype, no loud reveal, just stealth and scale. For over 5 years, a small focused team had been developing advanced robotics software using breakthroughs in perception, motion planning, reinforcement learning, and force control. The goal? To help robots teach themselves. Now, Intrinsic had graduated from X to become a standalone Alphabet company, with billions in backing, yet still flying under the radar. At the helm was Wendy Tan White, a seasoned tech entrepreneur. Her mission was bold: make industrial robots as easy to use as personal computers. Their first major innovation, FlowState, a no-code platform allowing non-experts to simulate, build, and deploy robotic applications straight to factory floors. But here's what set Intrinsic apart. It wasn't chasing hardware hype. It was software first, AI first, aimed not at viral videos, but at democratizing automation for industries everywhere, from automotive lines to solar panel manufacturers. So what exactly is going on behind Intrinsic's closed doors? To understand the weight of the mission, follow the money. When Intrinsic launched, it became part of Alphabet's massive Other Bets portfolio, funded by an R&D budget topping $10 billion. That same pool supports moonshots like Waymo and Verily. But Intrinsic? It's the quiet one. Public disclosures and insider estimates show that a significant slice of that funding has gone toward Intrinsic's infrastructure, AI research, and talent pool. No big press events, no headlines, just quiet investment and strategic execution. With those billions, Intrinsic has secured premium compute access, recruited top-tier robotics talent, and built industry-grade models, all while staying off the radar. Compared to labs like OpenAI or DeepMind, Intrinsic plays a longer, quieter game, turning every dollar into stealth innovation. And that raises the tension. What exactly is Alphabet preparing for? This isn't just an R&D experiment. It's a calculated long-term bet on redefining how machines and humans interact. The tools they're building could reshape how we manufacture, build, and automate at a scale that could shift global industries. At the heart of this shift is FlowState, Intrinsic's flagship software. It allows developers, even those without deep robotics backgrounds, to train and deploy machines using AI-powered models for pose estimation, force control, and task adaptation. In demos at Automatica 2025, FlowState-powered robots performed CNC machine tending and visual inspection, all self-trained through AI, not pre-caged commands. It is more than software. It's a new way of thinking. Robots that learn by doing, ready to enter real factories and adapt on the fly. A future where intelligent machines are no longer reserved for the tech elite, but built for everyone. But that leads to a deeper question. Where does this intelligence come from? Is Intrinsic building its own proprietary AI models, rivaling the likes of OpenAI's GPT series, or are they drawing from third-party giants like NVIDIA's Isaac and Siemens accelerator platforms? And even more crucial, when robots learn on their own, who takes responsibility when something goes wrong? How are safety, liability, and ethics being managed in a world where AI controls real-world machines? One thing is certain, Flow State is carving out a new era of self-teaching robots. But the real test begins when these systems leave controlled labs and start making decisions in real factories, alongside human workers. The question isn't just what they're learning, but who's teaching them and why. To build that intelligence, Google didn't just assemble a team, they built an AI strike force. Leading the charge is Wendy Tan White, a British tech veteran and former VP at X. By her side, Torsten Kroger, a robotics pioneer known for motion planning and force control. In 2022, Intrinsic acquired talent-rich teams from Vicarious and Akasha Imaging, adding names like Scott Phoenix as Chief Product Officer and Karthik Venkataraman as Head of Engineering Applications. These weren't just hires, they were a strategic transfer of minds into one of Google's most hidden projects. Why would such talent walk away from startup fame to enter a lab no one hears from? Because Intrinsic offers something rare: limitless resources, global reach, and a mission to democratize robotics at a scale never attempted. This isn't just recruitment, it's an intellectual arms race. With talent, funding, and secrecy combined, Intrinsic isn't just aiming to compete, it's aiming to quietly dominate. And domination requires scale. Intrinsic isn't confined to one lab. Its reach stretches across Mountain View, Munich, and Singapore, each chosen for strategic impact. Mountain View powers software and core engineering. Munich, the heart of Europe's industrial robotics scene, drives hardware integration and live demos. Singapore connects the lab to Asia's booming factory automation initiatives. This isn't just global expansion, it's a living, learning network syncing insights from every corner of the world. And they didn't go it alone. In 2025, Intrinsic formally integrated NVIDIA's Isaac Foundation models into Flow State, unlocking advanced perception and robot grasping capabilities. Not long after, a powerful alliance formed: Intrinsic, NVIDIA, and Siemens, a trio now building AI-powered digital twins for next-gen factories. A result? Robots that simulate, plan, and act with the intelligence to learn tasks in virtual environments and execute them flawlessly in the real world. Add in partnerships with Comau and Trumpf, which are building AI and metal robotic solutions for metalworking and machine tending. These aren't pilot projects. They're large-scale, real-world deployments. Here's the dramatic pivot. Intrinsic isn't just a research entity, it's a platform that unites AI and industry. By collaborating with NVIDIA and Siemens, they've tapped into unmatched computational power and domain expertise. The question is no longer if their robots will work in real factories, it's when and how fast. Unlike deep-pocketed labs like DeepMind or OpenAI, Intrinsic has taken a stealthy approach. No flashy reveals, no viral demos, no public roadmaps. That silence isn't accidental, it's calculated. In the high-stakes world of industrial AI, an open-source breakthrough can mean billions lost. Corporate secrecy shields their IP and keeps competitors and regulators at bay. Inside Alphabet, the culture of confidentiality strengthened over decades of antitrust scrutiny means quiet, means safety. And that secrecy is part of their power. While other labs race for headlines, Intrinsic is quietly building a foundational layer for autonomous robotics, with every model, demo, and partner locked behind corporate walls. When they finally show their hand, It might not be public relations. It might be entire industries transformed. Under the buzzing lights of Automatica 2025 in Munich, Intrinsic broke its silence, just a crack, to let the world peek behind the curtain. Their booth was discreet, yet the demos were explosive. The centerpiece, a CNC machine tending robot, flawlessly grabbing raw stock, loading and unloading parts, all driven by FlowState's perception and motion models, no manual scripting required. Nearby, a collaborative team with Newston and Burkert revealed an AI-powered optical inspection robot spotting defects across hundreds of product variants, automatically adapting on the fly. These weren't one-off gimmicks. They were live industrial-grade solutions. At least 3 customers showcased full end-to-end systems built entirely on Intrinsic's platform. Foundation models for pose estimation. Trained on over 130,000 synthetic objects, ensured robots could identify and manipulate parts straight out of CAD files without retraining. The atmosphere buzzed with mixed emotions, technical awe, strategic weight. Factory operators and robotics pros approached eyes wide as they witnessed machines learning in real time. Intrinsic's executives held panel talks discussing how AI and robotics can unlock flexible automation across global supply chains. It felt cinematic, from coded simulations to real-world factory floors, all in front of live audiences. For a company that's thrived in secrecy, this was a calculated debut. A silent, seismic shift toward mainstream industrial adoption. But the question lingered. This was just the beginning. If this is what they reveal in public, what staggering breakthroughs lurk deeper inside? We've seen glimpses, robots picking parts, inspecting defects, reacting to variations, but that's just the trailer. The real feature film is coming. Here's where Intrinsic's silent engine becomes earth-shaking. First, picture robotic systems that teach themselves, gather data, and upload improvements back to the cloud, seamlessly across factories worldwide. Foundation models aren't static, they evolve. Every part, every workflow adds training data, making the system smarter and more flexible. Imagine digital twin factories built on NVIDIA and Siemens platforms, entire production lines simulated, tested, and optimized before any physical setup. Now combine that with robots that learn from each other, sharing grasping techniques or inspection tricks instantly. A breakthrough in Munich could ripple through every smart factory in Singapore or Silicon Valley overnight. But here's the emotional twist. This isn't just about efficiency. It's a transformation of human roles. As Pascal Andreessen warned, manufacturing stands at a turning point. The next revolution isn't replacing labor with low-skill tasks, it's handing power to AI, reshaping jobs fundamentally. If Intrinsic succeeds in democratizing robotics, millions of workers will need to reinvent their roles fast. And what if these robots self-optimize without human oversight? The ethical challenges explode. Liability, safety, bias. Do we trust machines to write the rules they obey? Will regulatory bodies lag behind what's already in action? Finally, the geopolitical layer. Amid a global robotics arms race, China's already dominating humanoid and industrial robotics investments. If Intrinsic scales its platform at speed, USA, Europe, Asia, it might not just lead the industrial AI era, it could decide geopolitical balance. This is a future rarely shown in glossy videos. Intrinsic operates in the shadows. But the stakes could topple industries, reshape labor, even redraw economic power map. When this secret lab finally reveals its full hand, we may realize we stood on the cusp of a new age and barely had a clue. We've traveled from secrecy to strategy, from whispered partnerships to live industrial breakthroughs. We've seen how Intrinsic, hidden inside one of the most powerful companies on Earth, is quietly building the foundation for a future powered by self-learning machines. But after all we've uncovered, one question still echoes louder than any headline. Why is Google keeping this quiet? This isn't just another AI story. It's not about apps or chatbots or viral tech launches. This is about changing how the world works, literally. How we build, produce, ship, and even survive in a future where factories run themselves and robots make decisions once reserved for people. So now the spotlight turns to us. Will we ask the right questions before the next curtain drops? Will we understand the cost of convenience, the price of automation, the shift in human labor? Or will we keep scrolling until one day we wake up to a world already rewritten? If this story opened your eyes, share it, talk about it, stay curious, because Intrinsic isn't waiting. And now, you know what's behind the curtain.